There is a great secret, and few ever realize it. Your focus is the most powerful tool you possess. Wherever you direct it, energy flows, and reality shapes itself accordingly. Yet most people scatter their focus, chasing validation, explaining themselves, seeking approval from those who do not hold the power to shape their destiny. You do not need to explain your journey to anyone. Silence is misunderstood by those who fear their own thoughts. But it is the foundation upon which all creation rests. Your silence is not emptiness. It is alignment. In silence, the greatest revolutions begin. In silence, the most profound shifts occur. Let the world wonder. Let them assume. Let them question. It does not concern you. When you are focused on yourself, you step into a power that cannot be seen but is deeply felt. Others may not understand why you have grown distant, why you no longer engage in trivial distractions, but that is not your burden to carry. Your purpose is not to convince anyone of your transformation. Your purpose is to embody it. Detach from the noise. Detach from the opinions. The moment you stop explaining yourself is the moment you reclaim your power. When you no longer chase, beg, or seek validation, life begins to work in your favor. Doors open, paths clear. What you once struggled to attain now flows effortlessly into your reality. Do not waste your breath trying to make people see what only you were meant to understand. Remain silent and trust. For in your silence, the unseen is taking form. In your solitude, something greater is being built. Focus on yourself, and soon the world will focus on you. Not because you sought its attention, but because you no longer needed it. The world you experience is nothing more than a reflection of the thoughts you continuously hold within your mind. Every circumstance, every encounter, and every event is a mirror, showing you what you have accepted as truth about yourself and life. Most people believe that life happens to them, that events unfold randomly, that circumstances are dictated by forces outside their control. But the reality is far different. Life is shaped from within. The world you walk through each day is not separate from you. It is a projection of your assumptions, beliefs, and deeply held thoughts. When you allow yourself to fully grasp this truth, you begin to realize the immense power you hold. Nothing exists independently of your awareness. If you assume yourself to be limited, struggling, or unworthy, life will mold itself to confirm those beliefs. It will present obstacles, rejection, and hardship, not because you are destined to suffer, but because that is what you unconsciously affirm. But if you assume yourself to be worthy, abundant, and successful, the world must shape itself to reflect that state of being. It has no choice. Your beliefs act as an invisible architect, constructing the reality you walk through each day. These beliefs are not just idle thoughts that pass through your mind. They are the foundations upon which your entire life is built. If you constantly tell yourself that success is difficult, that love is rare, or that happiness is fleeting, you will see these ideas play out before you, not because they are absolute truths, but because you have accepted them as such. On the other hand, when you change the way you think, when you replace doubt with certainty, fear with confidence, and limitation with possibility, life begins to shift in ways that seem almost miraculous. It is not enough to simply wish for change while continuing to entertain the same limiting thoughts. True transformation requires a shift in consciousness, a deep and unwavering belief that what you desire is already yours. This is where most people falter. They allow the evidence of the physical world to dictate their beliefs, instead of understanding that their beliefs create the physical world. They look at their current circumstances and reinforce them by reacting emotionally, further embedding those unwanted experiences into their reality. But the key to changing your life is to first change what you accept as true within yourself. Assume the feeling of already being the person you wish to become. Not someday, not in the distant future, but right now. Let your thoughts reflect that reality. If you desire success, do not dwell on failure. If you seek love, do not entertain thoughts of loneliness. If you wish for abundance, let go of ideas of lack. The more you persist in an assumption, the more it solidifies into reality. Life does not respond to your wishes, it responds to your conviction. The shift does not happen overnight. The mind, conditioned by years of habitual thinking, will resist at first. Doubt will creep in. The external world may continue to reflect the old beliefs for a while. But your job is not to react to the old reality. It is to persist in your new assumption, knowing that the external world is only a delayed reflection of your inner state. If you hold firm, if you refuse to let appearances dictate your inner world, you will witness a transformation so profound that it will feel as though the entire universe has conspired to shift in your favor. Most people remain trapped in the cycle of reacting to life rather than creating it. They wake up each day and allow their environment to dictate how they feel, what they believe, and what they expect. But the moment you take control of your inner world, everything changes. You are no longer a passive participant, you become the creator. You begin to walk through life with an unshakable confidence, knowing that you are the master of your destiny. Hold the assumption of your ideal life so firmly in your mind that it becomes more real to you than the world you currently see. Do not wait for evidence, create it. Do not seek external validation, know it within. When your inner world shifts, the outer world has no choice but to follow. Silence holds a power that few truly understand. In a world that thrives on noise, where people constantly seek validation through words and external recognition, the ability to remain silent is often mistaken for weakness. But true strength does not need to announce itself. It does not seek to prove, argue, or convince. It simply is. The greatest transformations, the most profound shifts in life, happen in silence, away from the noise of opinions and distractions. And silence is the space where real power is cultivated. It is in silence that the mind clears, that thoughts become intentional, and that desires take form. When you resist the urge to explain yourself, when you stop feeling the need to justify your actions, you reclaim the energy that is so often wasted on trying to make others understand you. Not everyone is meant to understand your journey, and that is perfectly fine. Your growth, your success, your transformation, none of it requires the approval of others. The most successful, powerful individuals move in silence. They do not broadcast their plans, their struggles, or their next moves. Instead, they focus inward, directing all their energy toward their vision, allowing their actions and results to do the speaking for them. Words can be manipulated, misunderstood, or dismissed, but results are undeniable. When you commit to your path and refuse to be distracted by external noise, you step into a power that few possess, the power of quiet certainty. When you speak less, you observe more. You begin to notice things that others overlook. You become attuned to the subtle shifts in energy, the hidden opportunities, and the unspoken intentions of those around you. Silence sharpens your intuition, giving you an edge that cannot be acquired through loudness or constant expression. When you are silent, you listen, not just to others, but to yourself, to the whispers of your own soul, to the guidance that comes when the mind is still. Many people fear silence because they associate it with invisibility, with being overlooked or forgotten. But the opposite is true. Those who master the art of silence command a presence that is felt even when they do not speak. There is a quiet confidence in those who do not need to fill every moment with words. Their energy speaks for them. Their actions make a statement that no speech could ever match. Discipline yourself to resist the urge to announce your every move. Not everyone needs to know what you are working on, what you are struggling with, or what you intend to achieve. The more you reveal, the more room you leave for doubt, interference, and negativity from those who do not have your best interests at heart. Protect your energy by keeping your plans close. Let people see the results when they manifest. not when they are still in the delicate process of formation. Silence is not passivity. It is not avoidance. It is a deliberate choice to conserve energy, to move with intention, and to operate from a place of quiet power. Those who waste their breath trying to prove themselves to others are often the ones who lack true confidence. They seek external validation because they have not yet built internal certainty. But when you truly believe in yourself, you do not need to say much. You simply do. There will always be those who misunderstand your silence, who mistake it for a lack of direction or purpose. But that is because they have not yet learned that the greatest storms build in quiet. The most profound transformations happen when no one is watching. The most unstoppable people do not announce themselves. They emerge fully formed when the time is right. Resist the urge to react, to explain, to seek approval. Move in silence, not because you are afraid to speak, but because you know that true power does not need to be declared. It is felt. And when the time comes, the world will see what you have been building, not through your words, but through the undeniable reality of your success. The need for validation is one of the greatest chains that bind people to lives of limitation. From a young age, many are conditioned to seek approval, to be praised, to be accepted, to be acknowledged. But in doing so, they unknowingly give away their power. The moment you look outside yourself for validation, you allow the opinions of others to dictate your worth, your choices, and ultimately your destiny. True freedom begins the moment you detach from this need and realize that you do not require permission to become the person you were meant to be. When you constantly seek validation, you live in a state of uncertainty. You measure your worth based on how others perceive you. And because opinions are ever changing, so is your sense of self. One day you may feel confident because someone praises you. The next, you may feel doubtful because someone criticizes you. This is a dangerous way to live because it means your inner world is controlled by forces outside of you. But the truth is, no one can define you except yourself. No one holds the authority to determine your value. The only validation you truly need is your own. Detaching from external validation is not about rejecting feedback or isolating yourself from the world. It is about recognizing that you are the ultimate authority over your life. You must learn to trust your own judgment, to stand firm in your beliefs even when others do not understand them. If you are constantly looking for reassurance, you will always be at the mercy of others' opinions, and your life will become a reflection of their expectations rather than your true desires. The greatest minds, the most successful individuals, and the most powerful people in history did not seek approval. They walked their path with certainty, often in the face of opposition, ridicule, and doubt. They understood that seeking validation is a distraction, a way of handing control over to those who do not see the vision as clearly as they do. They were not swayed by public opinion because they knew that true conviction does not require confirmation. When you stop seeking validation, you become unshakable. You no longer need constant reassurance that you are on the right path. You simply trust yourself. You move with a quiet confidence, knowing that your worth is not up for debate. This shift in mindset liberates you. You are no longer held back by fear of judgment. You stop hesitating, stop second-guessing, and start living fully, unapologetically, as the person you were meant to be. Many people remain trapped in a cycle of seeking approval because they fear rejection. They fear being misunderstood or criticized. But rejection is not a reflection of your worth. It is simply a sign that not everyone is meant to walk with you. The opinions of others are shaped by their own limitations, fears, and beliefs. What someone else thinks of you has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. The moment you understand this, you reclaim your power. Walking your path with certainty does not mean you will never face resistance. In fact, the stronger your belief in yourself, the more you will challenge the status quo and the more opposition you may encounter. But this is not a sign to stop. It is a sign to keep going. If you live for approval, you will live a life of compromise. But if you live for truth, your truth, you will experience a freedom that most people never taste. Trust yourself. You do not need permission to evolve, to grow, to change. You do not need approval to chase your dreams, to walk away from what no longer serves you, or to step into the life you desire. The only permission you need is your own. And when you give it to yourself, when you fully embrace the power that has always been within you, the world will have no choice but to recognize the force that you have become. Energy is the currency of life. Where you direct it determines what you experience. Most people spend their energy carelessly, focused on others, consumed by opinions, reacting to external circumstances. They scatter their power, giving their attention to things that do not serve them, and then wonder why life feels chaotic and unfulfilling. But the truth is simple. The energy you give is the energy you receive. If you pour your attention into distractions, you will receive more distractions. If you obsess over what others think, you will feel uncertain and dependent on their approval. But if you focus on yourself, your growth, your desires, your inner world, life aligns in your favor, bringing you exactly what you seek. Many do not realize how much energy they waste by being overly concerned with others. They analyze people's opinions, compare themselves, and seek validation, not understanding that every thought and emotion directed outward weakens their own power. The more you give your energy to others in this way, the less you have for yourself. This is why so many feel drained, stuck, or lost, because their energy is not focused on their own path. They are living reactively instead of intentionally. But when you shift that focus inward, everything changes. You reclaim your energy. You stop chasing and start attracting. The moment you prioritize yourself, your goals, your mindset, your well-being, you begin to move differently. You radiate confidence, and that confidence draws opportunities, people, and circumstances that align with your desires. This is not a coincidence. It is a reflection of the law that governs all things. What you send out is what you receive. If you constantly focus on negativity, on what is wrong, on what you lack, on what others are doing, you invite more of the same into your life. But if you shift your energy to gratitude, self-improvement, and possibility, life responds accordingly. It is not about forcing things to happen, but about creating the right internal environment for them to happen naturally. When you operate from a place of abundance, abundance flows toward you. When you move with certainty, life mirrors that certainty back to you. This is why focusing on yourself is the most powerful thing you can do. It is not selfish, it is necessary. The more you invest in your own energy, the more magnetic you become. You do not need to chase, convince, or struggle. You simply need to align. An alignment happens when you stop looking outward for direction and start trusting that everything you need is already within you. The world will try to pull your energy in 1,000 different directions. It will tempt you to compare, to react, to seek approval. But every time you give in to these distractions, you weaken your own power. Instead, discipline yourself to remain focused. Ask yourself daily, where is my energy going? Is it fueling my growth, or is it being wasted on things beyond my control? When you truly understand that energy is your most valuable asset, you will guard it fiercely. You will stop engaging in pointless arguments. You will stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You will stop seeking love, success, or happiness outside of yourself, because you will know that everything you desire is a reflection of the energy you cultivate within. Let others do as they wish. Let them think as they please. None of that concerns you. Your only responsibility is to master your own energy, to direct it with intention, and to trust that by doing so, life will unfold exactly as it should. When you focus on yourself, you are not ignoring the world. You're simply choosing to shape it rather than be shaped by it. And in doing so, you unlock a power that few ever realize, the power to create the life you truly desire. Not everyone is meant to understand you. This is a truth that once accepted will set you free. Many people spend their lives trying to explain themselves, justify their choices, and gain approval from those who were never meant to see their vision. But when you seek understanding from others, you give away your power. You make their perception more important than your own growth. The reality is, your journey is yours alone, and not everyone will see it, appreciate it, or support it. And that is perfectly fine. As you evolve, you will notice that your silence unsettles people. Some will misinterpret your distance as arrogance, coldness, or even rejection. They will question why you are not as available, why you no longer engage in meaningless conversations, why you have shifted your focus inward. But their confusion is not your concern. The path of growth requires solitude. It demands that you remove yourself from distractions, from unnecessary attachments, and from the need to explain yourself at every turn. Those who truly align with you will not need an explanation. They will understand your silence without question. When you begin to change, when you elevate your thinking, when you prioritize your peace, when you no longer entertain negativity, some will feel uncomfortable. They may resist your transformation because it challenges their own way of being. They were comfortable with who you used to be, with the version of you that was always available, always explaining, always seeking approval. But you are not here to remain stagnant for the comfort of others. You are here to grow. And growth often requires outgrowing people, places, and patterns that no longer serve you. Let them misunderstand you. Let them create their own stories about why you have become more distant, more focused, more selective with your energy. It is not your job to correct their assumptions. Your only responsibility is to continue evolving. Those who are meant to be in your life will adjust to your growth. Those who are not will remove themselves. Either way, it is not your burden to carry. One of the greatest mistakes you can make is slowing down your own progress just to be more relatable to others. You do not need to shrink yourself to fit into spaces you have outgrown. You do not need to dim your light so that others feel comfortable in your presence. The right people, the ones who are aligned with your purpose, will not only accept your transformation but will celebrate it. They will respect your silence, understand your distance, and support your decision to focus on yourself. There is great power in realizing that understanding is not a requirement for connection. Some of the most profound shifts in your life will happen in solitude, without validation, without applause, and without explanation. This is because true transformation happens within. It is an internal process, not something that needs to be broadcasted or justified. You do not need the world to understand you, you only need to understand yourself. If you spend your energy trying to convince others of your worth, your vision, or your decisions, you will exhaust yourself. Instead, let your actions speak. Move in silence. Focus on your path. Allow your evolution to unfold naturally. The right people will recognize your growth without needing an explanation. The wrong people will question it because they were never meant to follow you on this journey. The other day, your purpose is not to be understood, it is to evolve, to become the highest version of yourself, to embrace change without hesitation, to walk your path with confidence, even when no one else sees the destination. Let them misunderstand, let them talk, let them wonder. It does not matter. What matters is that you keep moving forward, unshaken, unapologetic, and fully aligned with who you are meant to be. Faith is not built in what is seen, it is built in what is unseen. It is the quiet confidence that what you hold within will inevitably become your reality. Most people struggle with this because they seek external confirmation before they believe. They want signs, validation, and proof before they trust in their desires. But true faith requires no proof. It demands that you trust the unseen so completely that the outer world has no choice but to conform. When you withdraw from the need to explain yourself, you allow faith to work in your favor. You stop looking for validation from others, and instead, you rest in the knowing that what you have accepted within will soon take shape in the physical world. The need to convince others is a sign of doubt. If you truly believed, you would not feel the need to explain, defend, or justify your vision. you would hold it in silence, knowing that time will reveal all things. There is immense power in keeping your desires private. Many people weaken their manifestations by speaking too soon, sharing their dreams with those who cannot see what they see. They open themselves up to doubt, criticism, and external opinions that dilute their inner certainty. But when you understand how faith operates, you no longer seek permission or approval. You hold your vision close, nurturing it in the unseen, until it becomes undeniable. Everything in this world begins as an unseen idea. The tallest buildings, the greatest inventions, the most profound transformations, all started as thoughts. Before they became visible, they existed in the mind of someone who dared to believe. They did not need the world's approval. They did not need others to understand. They simply held on to their vision with unwavering faith, allowing it to take root and grow in silence. You must do the same. Instead of explaining yourself, focus on embodying the version of yourself that already has what you seek. If you desire success, feel successful now. If you desire love, feel love now. If you desire abundance, feel abundant now. Your imagination is the blueprint for your future, and what you persist in assuming will harden into fact. This is how faith operates, not by waiting for proof, but by trusting that the unseen is more real than what the eyes perceive. Most people live in reverse. They react to their current circumstances and assume that what they see is all there is. They forget that their current reality is simply a reflection of past thoughts and beliefs. If they wish to change their life, they must first change what they accept as true within. This is where faith becomes essential. It is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, between the imagined and the experienced. Silence is the companion of faith. When you move in silence, you allow the unseen to work on your behalf. You do not waste energy explaining yourself to those who cannot see what you see. You do not seek reassurance from the world. Instead, you stand firm in your belief, knowing that the manifestation is already on its way. The moment you let go of the need to prove anything, you step into alignment with the very thing you desire. Let others wonder. Let them question your silence, your distance, your unwavering confidence. It is not your job to make them understand. Your only task is to hold your vision so steadily that nothing can shake it. When you master this, life will unfold effortlessly in your favor. What was once unseen will become undeniable. What was once only imagined will become your lived reality. And when that day comes, you will realize that faith was never about proving anything to others. It was always about proving it to yourself. The journey of focusing on yourself and staying silent is one of inner mastery. It requires you to detach from the need for validation, to trust in the unseen, and to understand that not everyone is meant to comprehend your path. True power does not announce itself. It moves in silence, allowing faith to shape reality without the need for explanation. When you withdraw from distractions and external opinions, you reclaim your energy, align with your desires, and step into the life you were meant to live. Let others misunderstand you. Let them question your distance. It is not your concern. Your purpose is not to be seen or validated. It is to evolve. The less you explain, the more life unfolds in your favor. So walk in quiet confidence, knowing that what you hold within will manifest without. Move with certainty, trust in yourself, and let your results speak louder than words ever could. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as I pause for a moment and observe your life, look around you. The relationships you've built, the career you've chosen, the circumstances you find yourself in. Now consider this profound truth. What you see is not separate from you. Reality, in all its vastness, is merely a mirror reflecting your innermost self. If you stand before a mirror and frown, does the reflection smile back? Of course not. The mirror is impartial. It simply reflects what is before it. So too, the world around you mirrors your deepest thoughts, beliefs, and feelings. If you perceive lack, fear, or doubt within, the world cannot help but show you those same qualities. But here is the good news. You hold the power to change the reflection. The mirror cannot act on its own. It only responds to what is placed before it. If you wish to see joy, abundance, and love in the world, then you must first cultivate these states within yourself. How do you do this? Begin with your thoughts. They are the seeds you plant in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Whatever you nurture and tend to will grow and manifest in your life. But understand this, it is not enough to think idly of what you desire. The mirror responds not to empty words, but to the feelings behind them. Feel as though your desire is already yours. Act as if it is already done. The mirror of reality must respond because it is bound by law to reflect your inner state. Do not resist what you currently see in the reflection. Resistance only magnifies the image. Instead, accept it as the result of past thoughts. Then gently shift your focus inward. Ask yourself, what am I choosing to feel right now? What am I assuming to be true about my life? The answers to these questions hold the power to transform the reflection. And the answers to these questions hold the power to transform the reflection. The present moment is your canvas. Whatever you choose to think, feel, and believe now will paint the picture of tomorrow. Reality is your faithful servant, waiting patiently to mirror back the masterpiece you create within. Answer. So, stand before the mirror of life with intention. Smile with the certainty that the reflection will smile back. Know that you are both the observer and the creator. The power lies within you, waiting to be realized. Reality is not your enemy, it is your greatest ally. Master the art of shifting your inner world, and the outer world will effortlessly follow. At number 2, at last, the outer world is a game to you. Every experience in your life is a direct projection of your inner beliefs, thoughts, and emotions. The world you see around you, the circumstances you encounter, and the relationships you nurture are not independent of you. They are intricately woven into the fabric of your consciousness. What you hold within, the thoughts you entertain repeatedly, the beliefs you embrace as truths, and the emotions you allow to take root, creates the lens through which you view life. This lens doesn't simply filter reality, it actively shapes it. If you desire to alter the outer world, you must first turn inward and reshape the image you carry within. It is essential to understand that your outer world is not the cause but the effect. Most people mistakenly try to fix external conditions without realizing that these conditions are merely the reflection of their internal state. Imagine standing before a mirror. If you frown, the reflection cannot smile back at you. If you wish to see joy, you must first smile yourself. Contemplation. In the same way, if you find yourself surrounded by discord, lack, or limitation, the solution is not to fight against what you see, but to look inward and address the root cause. The outer world responds with precision to the vibrations of your inner being. Your dominant thoughts and beliefs act as a signal broadcast to the universe, and reality aligns itself to match that signal. If you believe the world is full of opportunities, you will notice doors opening where others see walls. Conversely, if you believe life is unfair or difficult, you will attract circumstances that confirm this belief. You know, the world is not punishing or rewarding you. It is merely reflecting the energy you are emitting. Emotions amplify this process. They are the fuel that powers the projection of your inner state onto the outer world. A fleeting thought carries little power, but a thought charged with emotion becomes a command to the universe. This is why it is so important to cultivate emotions that align with the life you wish to create. Feelings of gratitude, joy, and abundance will draw experiences that mirror those states. On the other hand, emotions like fear, anger, or despair will inevitably attract situations that reinforce them. They are symbolic of each other. Changing the inner image begins with awareness. Pay attention to the thoughts you think on a daily basis. Are they uplifting or limiting? Are they rooted in possibility or fear? Your beliefs are not fixed. They can be questioned, revised, and replaced. By consciously choosing empowering thoughts and beliefs, you begin to shift the foundation of your inner world. But thought alone is not enough. You must also embody the feelings that correspond to your desired reality. Imagine the life you wish to live and feel as though it is already yours. Visualize it vividly, engaging all your senses, and let the emotions of joy, excitement, and gratitude well up within you. As you do this consistently, the outer world will begin to reflect the changes taking place within. As you do this consistently, the outer world will begin to reflect the changes taking place within. It is a process that requires patience and trust. The reflection in the mirror does not change instantly, but rest assured, it will change. Reality is malleable, but it is bound by the laws of creation. What you plant within will grow and bear fruit in time. Trust the process, knowing that as you shift your inner state, the outer world must follow. You are the master of your experience, and your reality will always echo the truth you hold within. Your thoughts are not fleeting, meaningless occurrences. They are the building blocks of your reality. Every thought you think, especially those you dwell on repeatedly, carries a creative power that shapes the circumstances and events of your life. These thoughts, along with the assumptions you hold about yourself and the world, act like seeds planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Just as a seed contains within it the potential to grow into a tree, your thoughts contain the blueprint for the experiences that will manifest in your physical world. What you nurture in your mind with consistent focus and emotional energy will grow and eventually appear in your reality. The subconscious mind does not discriminate between positive and negative thoughts. It does not question whether what you think is true or false, beneficial or harmful. It simply receives your dominant thoughts as instructions and works tirelessly to bring them to fruition. If you constantly entertain thoughts of lack, limitation, or fear, you are effectively planting seeds that will grow into circumstances reflecting those very feelings. Similarly, if you nurture thoughts of abundance, joy, and success, your subconscious mind will respond by creating opportunities and experiences that align with those thoughts. It is crucial to understand that thoughts alone are not the only factor at play. The emotional energy you attach to those thoughts amplifies their power. A thought charged with emotion becomes a command to the subconscious mind. For instance, a fleeting thought about success may pass unnoticed, but when that thought is combined with a feeling of excitement or confidence, it takes root more deeply. Emotions serve as the water and sunlight that nourish the seeds of thought, accelerating their growth and ensuring they manifest more vividly in your life. Your assumptions, which are essentially the thoughts you accept as true without question, play a particularly significant role in shaping reality. Assumptions act as the foundation upon which your beliefs and experiences are built. If you assume the world is a harsh and unforgiving place, you will unconsciously align your actions and perceptions with that belief, attracting experiences that reinforce it. On the other hand, if you assume that life is filled with endless possibilities and opportunities, you will find evidence of this truth everywhere you look. To harness the creative power of your thoughts, you must become deliberate in what you choose to think and assume. Begin by examining the thoughts that occupy your mind most frequently. Are they supportive of the life you wish to create, or do they work against your desires? Replace limiting thoughts with empowering ones, and reinforce these new thoughts with consistent repetition and emotional engagement. Your visualization can be a powerful tool in this process. By vividly imagining the outcomes you desire and feeling as though they are already yours, you impress these ideas upon your subconscious mind, encouraging them to take root and grow. Start improving It is also essential to practice patience. Just as a seed does not sprout into a tree overnight, your thoughts require time to manifest. Trust in the process, knowing that what you consistently plant and nurture within your mind will inevitably come to fruition. Guard your thoughts vigilantly, for they are the architects of your destiny. What you think today is shaping your tomorrow, and the quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your life. When you understand this, you can take conscious control of your mind, planting only the seeds that will grow into the reality you truly desire. Feelings are the driving force behind the reality you experience. While words and thoughts have their place in the creative process, they are powerless without the emotional energy that gives them life. Reality does not respond to empty words spoken without conviction or to thoughts that lack emotional depth. Instead, it is the feeling behind the thought or the words that resonates with the subconscious mind and the universe, setting the wheels of manifestation into motion. Feelings are the language of creation. They bypass the critical, analytical mind and speak directly to the subconscious, which shapes your outer world. When you feel something deeply and consistently, you impress that feeling upon your subconscious mind and it begins to work on your behalf, aligning circumstances, people, and opportunities to match your emotional state. If you feel confident, joyful, and abundant, life will mirror those feelings back to you in the form of positive experiences. Conversely, if you dwell in fear, doubt, or lack, those emotions will manifest as challenges and obstacles in your external reality. Without this understanding, we could not imagine what pushes into our experience, the challenges and obstacles in your external reality. The key to mastering this process lies in cultivating emotions that align with the life you wish to create. It is not enough to think about success, love, or happiness. You must feel as though you already possess these qualities. Feelings act as the bridge between your inner desires and their outer manifestation. When you embody the feeling of already having what you desire, you create a powerful magnetic field that attracts corresponding experiences into your life. For instance, if you desire financial abundance, you must move beyond merely wishing for it or affirming it in words. You must feel the emotions that would accompany financial security and prosperity. Imagine the relief, joy, and gratitude you would feel if your financial needs were met. Allow these feelings to permeate your being and hold on to them as if your desire has already been fulfilled. This emotional state becomes a signal you broadcast to the universe, and the universe in turn responds by reflecting that state in your reality. It is important to understand that feelings are not something you have to wait for circumstances to evoke. They are something you can consciously generate within yourself at any moment. Through practices such as visualization, gratitude, and mindfulness, you can cultivate the emotions that align with your desires. Visualization, for example, allows you to create vivid mental images of your ideal life, and when combined with the corresponding emotions, it becomes a powerful tool for shaping reality. Gratitude, on the other hand, shifts your focus to what you already have, fostering feelings of abundance and contentment that attract more of the same. Beware of allowing negative emotions to dominate your inner state. Feelings of fear, anger, or hopelessness, when held for extended periods, can become self-fulfilling prophecies, drawing unwanted experiences into your life. When such emotions arise, acknowledge them, but do not dwell on them. Instead, consciously redirect your focus to thoughts and activities that uplift and inspire you. Feelings are the essence of who you are. They are the energy you emit, and that energy determines the quality of the experiences you attract. By mastering your emotions and aligning them with the life you wish to create, you take control of your reality. The mirror of life cannot help but reflect back the feelings you hold most deeply within. Embrace the power of feeling as if your desires are already yours, and watch as the world transforms to match the truth you have cultivated in your heart. The present moment is the foundation upon which all creation rests. It is the eternal now that holds the power to shape your reality. While it may seem as though life is a series of linear events stretching from the past to the future, the truth is that the present moment is the only place where creation occurs. What you are experiencing now is merely the result of past thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that have manifested into form. However, what you think and feel in this very moment is actively crafting the reality that is to come. Most people are caught in a cycle of reacting to their present circumstances, unaware that their reactions perpetuate the very conditions they wish to change. They see the world around them as fixed and unchangeable, failing to realize that it is simply a reflection of their past states of mind. But this reflection, no matter how seemingly solid, is not permanent. It can be reshaped in the present moment by shifting the thoughts and emotions that you entertain now. The present is not bound by the limitations of the past, unless you allow it to be. To truly understand the power of the present moment, imagine it as a blank canvas. The experiences you see on this canvas now were painted by the brushstrokes of your past thoughts and feelings. But just as a painter can choose new colors and techniques at any time, you have the ability to create a new reality by altering what you think and feel in the present. The moment you shift your focus from what was to what can be, you begin to paint a new picture for your future. This process requires awareness and intentionality. Many people allow their minds to drift unconsciously, replaying old patterns of worry, fear, or doubt. These repetitive thoughts are like painting the same picture over and over again, ensuring that tomorrow looks exactly like yesterday. To break free from this cycle, you must bring your attention fully to the present moment and consciously choose thoughts and feelings that align with the life you desire. This act of conscious creation is not about ignoring the present circumstances, but about recognizing that they are temporary and subject to change. Feeling is the key to transforming the present moment into a canvas of infinite potential. When you generate emotions such as gratitude, joy, and confidence in the now, you set into motion a creative process that will bring experiences matching those emotions into your life. Even if your current reality does not reflect the life you desire, you can still cultivate the feelings associated with your desired outcomes. This act of feeling as though your desires are already fulfilled is what begins to reshape the reflection you will see in the future. It is important to remember that the present moment is neutral. It does not judge, criticize, or limit. It simply reflects what you impress upon it. By shifting your inner state in the now, you redirect the trajectory of your life. You are not a prisoner of your past thoughts, unless you choose to cling to them. Each moment offers a new opportunity to plant the seeds of a brighter future. The now is your greatest gift and most powerful tool. It is where all possibilities exist, waiting for you to choose and embody them. What you see in your current reality is the result of who you were, but who you are now, the thoughts you think and the emotions you cultivate, is shaping what you will see next. Embrace the present moment as your canvas and paint it with intention, love, and vision, knowing that the reflection you create will soon become your lived experience. You are both the observer of your life and the creator of everything within it. At first, this concept may seem contradictory. How can you be both the witness to your reality and the one shaping it? Yet, this dual role is the essence of your existence. Your awareness, your ability to perceive and focus, is the painter, and your reality is the masterpiece that unfolds based on the strokes of thought, feeling, and belief you choose to apply. Once you understand this truth, you will no longer feel like a victim of circumstances. Instead, you will recognize the immense power you hold to create a life aligned with your deepest desires. Life is short, beautiful, and meaningful. You get to live it every day. Whatever life throws at you, as the observer, you hold the ability to step back and notice the thoughts and emotions that arise within you. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. This distinction is crucial because it allows you to see that you have the power to choose which thoughts you will give attention to and which you will let pass by. Most people live unconsciously, allowing their minds to be filled with repetitive, limiting patterns of thought. They assume these thoughts are an inevitable part of who they are, never realizing they have the ability to observe, question, and ultimately change them. The goal is freedom, awareness, not giving away freedom. Observation alone is not enough. As the creator, you must actively shape your reality by directing your focus and energy toward what you wish to experience. Your awareness is like the brush of an artist. It determines where the paint will go and how the masterpiece will look. If you focus on lack, fear, or frustration, you are painting these emotions into the canvas of your life. But if you focus on abundance, love, and joy, you will see these qualities reflected back to you in your experiences. Creation begins with intention. You must decide what it is you want to create and hold that vision firmly in your mind. This vision is the blueprint for your masterpiece, and your thoughts and emotions act as the tools that bring it to life. However, creation is not a mechanical process. It is deeply tied to your inner state. You cannot force reality into being by sheer willpower or empty words. Instead, you must align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the reality you wish to experience, allowing it to flow naturally from within you. As the creator, it is important to embrace responsibility for your life. This does not mean blaming yourself for challenges or difficulties, but rather understanding that you have the power to influence and transform them. The moment you shift from seeing yourself as a victim of external circumstances to recognizing yourself as the creator of your experience, everything changes. You reclaim the ability to rewrite your story and paint a new masterpiece, no matter what the current canvas looks like. This dual role of observer and creator empowers you to move through life with purpose and clarity. When challenges arise, you can step back into the role of the observer, noticing how your thoughts and feelings contribute to the situation. From this place of awareness, you can choose to redirect your energy and create a new path forward. This is not a process of denial or avoidance, but one of conscious transformation. Reality is your masterpiece, and every moment is an opportunity to add a new brushstroke, a new layer of color and depth. As you recognize your power as both the observer and the creator, you step into the truth of who you are, a limitless being capable of shaping your life according to your highest vision. No longer bound by the illusions of limitation or victimhood, you become the artist of your existence, painting a life that resides within you, abundance and love that reside within you. Resistance is a force that arises when you push against what is, when you fight the reality that is currently reflected back to you. Yet the more you resist, the more you energize the very thing you wish to change. It's like standing in front of a mirror and angrily demanding the reflection to smile, while your own face remains stern. The reflection cannot change until you do. Resistance distorts the mirror, trapping you in cycles of frustration, disappointment, and repetition. True transformation begins not with resistance, but with acceptance. A deep and profound acknowledgement of what is, followed by a shift in focus inward. The mirror of reality is neutral, a perfect reflection of your inner world. When you react with resistance, whether through anger, denial, or fear, you are essentially reinforcing the very state you wish to escape. Resistance anchors you to the undesirable image because your focus and energy are locked onto it. You become like someone who struggles in quicksand. The more you fight, the deeper you sink. What you resist, you feed with attention, and what you feed grows stronger. And acceptance, however, is not surrender in the sense of giving up. It is a powerful act of awareness and presence. To accept the reflection in the mirror is to acknowledge it without judgment, recognizing it as a result of past thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Acceptance allows you to stop fighting against the reflection and instead start understanding its cause. In this space of calm observation, you create the opening for change. You create the opening for change. because it leads to the invitation to change a thing. Acceptance liberates you from the grip of resistance and restores your power to choose a new direction. Once you accept the reflection, the next step is to shift your focus inward. The mirror cannot change unless you change the image it reflects. This shift requires moving your attention away from the external circumstances and instead addressing the inner state that created them. Ask yourself, what beliefs, assumptions, or feelings within me are being mirrored in this situation? This introspection is not about blame or self-criticism, but about understanding the creative process at work. See, reshaping the inner image is a gentle process, not one of force or struggle. It begins with clarity about what you desire. Instead of focusing on what you don't want, redirect your attention to what you do want. Use your imagination to create a vivid picture of the desired reality and infuse it with feeling. How would it feel if this new reality were already true? Embrace that feeling, allowing it to settle deeply within you. This act of inner alignment is like adjusting the expression on your face in front of the mirror. The reflection will naturally follow. Each time you make conscious use of your imagination in this way, your creative action will begin, and the search for truth begins. Without a doubt, patience is key in this process. Just as a reflection in water takes time to settle after being disturbed, the reflection in the mirror of reality requires time to align with the changes you make within. Trust the process and remain consistent in your focus and feelings. Do not fall back into resistance if the reflection does not change immediately. Instead, maintain your inner state, knowing that the outer world is in the process of catching up. When you stop resisting and begin to accept, the distortion in the mirror fades away. You reclaim your creative power and step into the role of the conscious creator of your experience. The mirror no longer feels like an adversary but becomes a tool, faithfully reflecting your inner transformation. By accepting what is and shifting your focus inward, you gently reshape the image within, and the reflection will naturally transform to match your renewed state of being. In this way, resistance is replaced by harmony, and the reflection becomes a beautiful expression of the life you truly desire. End of chapter 26. Recording by Adrian Pintero. End of the life of CCP. In the grand tapestry of life, reality stands as a mirror, reflecting the depth of our inner world with precision and honesty. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs shape the image you see, and it is through this understanding that you reclaim your creative power. Resistance distorts, but acceptance transforms. Your awareness is the key, your emotions the paintbrush, and the present moment the canvas upon which your masterpiece unfolds. When you embrace the truth that you are both the observer and the creator, life ceases to feel like a series of random events. Instead, it becomes a harmonious dance between your inner state and the reflection you see. Trust the process, align your thoughts with your desires, and cultivate the feelings that resonate with the life you wish to live. Change begins within, and the mirror of reality will faithfully respond. The plan of life laid out spectacularly in the words of Morass. Creation magic begins within, and the mirror of reality will faithfully respond. Thank you for taking this journey of reflection and creation. May you step forward with clarity, intention, and the unwavering confidence that the life you desire is already within your grasp. There comes a moment when you realize that life is not happening to you, but for you. In love, as in all things, God's hand is ever present, orchestrating events to bring you to the place you need to be, and to the person meant for your soul. Chapter 26. Living by the prevailing law. The nobler way to learn life's teachings is all understanding that everything is just the way it is, and no fault of your own is to blame. When God wants you with someone, the first thing you notice is divine timing at work. You might have crossed paths before, or perhaps life had kept you apart. But when the time is right, the universe will align, It will feel as though every step of your journey was preparing you for this very connection. Home. You will experience an inner knowing, a calm assurance that this is the one. Doubt will fade. Anxiety will disappear. Your heart will rest in the certainty that what is meant for you cannot pass you by. One of only two has been invited to meet with the great king. Based in your experience, you know that all the obstacles that once seemed like mountains will vanish. You won't have to force it, beg for it, or chase it. Obstacles will melt away, and doors that were closed will open without resistance. This is how you'll know it's not just your will at work, it's divine will. And as you connect with this person, you'll notice something profound. Your desires will align perfectly. Where once there was discord in other relationships, now there is harmony. The two of you will walk the same path, with a shared vision that strengthens your bond. God's voice will guide you. Through signs, dreams, and subtle nudges, you will feel His presence leading you toward this person. You might see repeating numbers, hear meaningful songs, or have dreams that feel too vivid to ignore. These aren't coincidences. They are divine affirmations. Endlessly, the connection between you and the divine in consciousness. Cassandra. But perhaps the most beautiful sign is this. The connection will elevate you spiritually. This person will challenge you to grow, inspire you to heal, and remind you of the infinite love God has for you. Together, you'll become more than you ever thought possible. When God wants you with someone, you don't have to strive or force the connection. Rest in the knowledge that His plan is perfect, His timing flawless, and His love for you unshakable. When it's meant to be, nothing in the world can keep you apart. Farim, when God intends for you to be with someone, the intricate design of life begins to unfold in ways that surpass human comprehension. The events, encounters, and coincidences that bring you together are not random. They are divinely orchestrated. It is as though an unseen hand moves the pieces of a grand puzzle, aligning circumstances so perfectly that even the smallest details feel purposeful. Imagine moments where you feel you are in the right place at the right time. These are not accidents. When God's plan is at work, you'll notice how things begin to align effortlessly. You may find yourself making decisions or taking actions that at the time seem inconsequential, only to later realize they were critical steps in leading you to the person you are meant to meet. You might take a job in a city you never planned to live in, attend an event you weren't sure about, or connect with someone who introduces you to the right person. Each decision, no matter how small, is part of the divine weaving. There is a sense of ease in the process when divine timing is at play. The obstacles that seem to block the way before suddenly vanish. You no longer have to push, strive, or force things to happen. It feels as though life itself is carrying you toward the connection. Circumstances that once seemed chaotic or uncertain begin to make sense. Even the challenges you've faced, heartbreaks, setbacks, or moments of solitude, are revealed as necessary pieces of the journey. They were preparing you, shaping you, and refining you for the person who is meant to walk this path with you. Now, let's move on and talk about the other panel as it plays out in the next episode. This alignment of circumstances often involves moments that feel too extraordinary to be coincidental. Perhaps you both decide to visit the same place at the same time, or you share mutual friends who unexpectedly introduce you. You might find that your lives have been running parallel without you even knowing it, as if the universe had been silently preparing both of you for the right moment to meet. These moments are like signposts along the way, gentle reminders that a higher power is guiding your steps. What makes divine timing so extraordinary is its precision. Everything happens not a moment too soon or too late, but exactly when it is meant to. If you reflect on the past, you'll notice how certain delays or detours ultimately led you to where you needed to be. Perhaps you weren't ready for the relationship before, or maybe the other person was on their own journey of growth. Divine timing ensures that both of you are in the right state of mind, heart, and spirit to recognize and receive the connection fully. It is a process of preparation, where every experience, every lesson, and every moment of waiting serves a purpose. And that conscious commitment to last and not giving into connection really matters. As life aligns itself, you'll also notice an undeniable sense of flow. The relationship doesn't feel forced, it unfolds naturally. Communication becomes effortless, misunderstandings are rare, and both of you feel a deep sense of peace in each other's presence. This is the hallmark of divine timing. It brings with it a harmony that feels like coming home. Investigate the power of divine timing. How can you accept anything less than the present moment? It brings with it a harmony that feels like coming home. Even if challenges arise, as they inevitably do in any relationship, there is a shared resilience, a mutual understanding that this connection is worth preserving. In Ganti, this life is worth living. Are we not connected? The divine timing also extends beyond the initial meeting. It continues to guide the growth of the relationship. You may find that opportunities arise for both of you to grow together in ways that enrich not only your bond but also your individual lives. The alignment of circumstances doesn't end at the start. It is an ongoing process, a continual unfolding of God's plan. Now this divine orchestration reminds us that we are not in control of the timing, but we can trust the process. Often we try to rush love, forcing connections that aren't meant to be, or holding on to relationships that no longer serve us. But when God is at work, there is no need for struggle. The connection meant for you will come into your life effortlessly and at the perfect time. When you look back, you will marvel at how perfectly everything came together. You will see how even the moments of pain and waiting were necessary parts of the journey. Life's intricate design will reveal itself, and you will know without a shadow of a doubt that this connection was written in the stars long before you ever realized it. It is in these moments that you understand the beauty of divine timing and the perfection of God's plan. It is in these moments that you understand the beauty of divine timing and the perfection of God's plan. When a connection is divinely guided, it brings with it a profound and unshakable inner knowing. This is not a fleeting emotion or a momentary feeling of excitement. Instead, it is a deep, enduring sense of peace and certainty that settles within your heart. It is as though your soul recognizes something your mind cannot yet fully articulate. This knowing is not born out of logic or analysis, but from a place far deeper, a place where truth resides untouched by fear or doubt. From the moment this knowing arises, it is unmistakable. You feel calm, centered, and assured. There is no need to question or second guess, because the connection feels right in every sense of the word. This is not to say that everything will immediately make sense on the surface. Life may still hold its complexities, and the circumstances may not appear perfect at first glance. Yet despite this, an inner voice reassures you that this is where you are meant to be. Papa, it is the voice that cannot be silenced, even by external challenges or temporary doubts. This deep sense of certainty is a gift, for it anchors you in a world that often feels uncertain. Relationships can sometimes be clouded by confusion, fear, or insecurity. But when a connection is divinely guided, these feelings are absent. Instead, there is clarity, a sense that you are walking a path laid out for you by a higher power. This clarity does not demand explanations or proof. It simply exists, steadfast and immovable. You may notice that this inner knowing doesn't require validation from others. It is not dependent on the opinions or judgments of friends, family, or society. While others might question or offer their perspectives, their words do not shake your belief. This is because the knowing comes from within, not from external sources. It is a quiet confidence that allows you to stand firm, even in the face of skepticism or doubt from those around you. This peace and certainty also extend to your interactions with the other person. You feel at ease in their presence, as though you have known them for a lifetime, even if you have just met. There is no need to pretend, to impress, or to hide parts of yourself. You feel seen, understood, and accepted exactly as you are. This sense of authenticity strengthens the bond and reinforces the inner knowing that this connection is right. Furthermore, this certainty is not tied to surface-level attractions or fleeting emotions. It is not about infatuation or the excitement of newness. Instead, it is rooted in something far deeper, a spiritual recognition that transcends the physical or emotional. It is as though your soul recognizes a kindred spirit, someone with whom you are meant to walk a shared path. This recognition often feels timeless, as though the connection has existed long before this moment and will continue long after. Even when challenges arise, this inner knowing remains. Relationships, no matter how divinely guided, are not without their tests. Yet the sense of peace within you allows you to navigate difficulties with grace and patience. You do not feel the urge to run away or to question the foundation of the connection. Instead, you feel a quiet assurance that these challenges are part of the journey, not a sign that the connection is wrong. This resilience is another hallmark of a divinely guided relationship. It is built on a foundation so strong that it can weather any storm. The beauty of this inner knowing is that it liberates you from fear. In many relationships, fear can creep in. Fear of losing the person, fear of rejection, or fear of making the wrong choice. But when the connection is divinely guided, fear has no place. You trust not only the other person, but also the process itself. You trust that what is meant for you will not pass you by, and that this connection is part of a greater plan. Life is everything that happens to you from now to the end of time. This trust brings a sense of joy and freedom. You are no longer burdened by the need to control or manipulate the outcome. Instead, you can fully embrace the connection, knowing that it is guided by something far greater than yourself. This freedom allows love to flow naturally and effortlessly, unburdened by fear or doubt. You are immediately taken to your consciousness with readiness and inspiration. You are told that your consciousness is on the other side of the divide edge. This unshakable inner knowing is a reflection of God's presence in the connection. It is His way of reassuring you that you are on the right path. This peace and certainty are His gifts, reminding you that you are exactly where you are meant to be. It is a feeling so profound, so undeniable, that it becomes the foundation upon which the connection is built. And with this foundation, there is nothing that cannot be overcome. When a connection is divinely guided, something extraordinary happens. The obstacles that once seemed insurmountable begin to clear effortlessly. These barriers, whether they are rooted in distance, timing, misunderstandings, or external circumstances, lose their power to stand in the way. It is as though an invisible force is at work, clearing the path and creating space for the connection to flourish. Sashep ideth ikapi. Lagnisi Sakhe. This process is not the result of human effort or planning, but of divine energy weaving together a tapestry that aligns perfectly with its intention. Imagine a situation where distance has kept two people apart. Perhaps they live in different cities, countries, or even continents, and the logistics of bridging that gap seem daunting. But when God's plan is at work, solutions arise in ways you could never anticipate. A job opportunity might unexpectedly bring one person closer to the other, or a chance event might create a reason for them to be in the same place at the same time. What once felt like an impossible gap suddenly feels manageable, even effortless. You don't have to struggle or force things to happen. The pieces begin to fall into place on their own. There, and in this case, it really is. Timing too can feel like an insurmountable obstacle. Life often has a way of making us feel as though we've missed the moment, as though the chance for connection is past. But divine timing is different. It is perfect, precise, and always on schedule. When God is guiding a connection, you realize that what felt like delays or missed opportunities were in fact moments of preparation. Both people are being readied, shaped, and refined so that when the timing is right, they can come together without hesitation or doubt. The wait, though difficult at times, proves to be an essential part of the journey. Even misunderstandings, which so often create barriers in relationships, begin to dissolve. In a divinely guided connection, clarity replaces confusion. Conversations flow more easily, and any miscommunications are quickly resolved. It feels as though a higher power is at work, ensuring that both parties can see and understand each other clearly. There is no need for endless explanations and debates. The truth of the connection speaks louder than any words. This level of understanding fosters a deep sense of trust and harmony, further reinforcing the bond. The spiritual, religious understanding, external circumstances too lose their ability to hinder the connection. Financial difficulties, career pressures, or family expectations may have once seemed like insurmountable challenges, yet when divine energy is at play, solutions emerge where none seemed possible before. Opportunities arise, support appears, and the path becomes clear. It is as though the universe conspires to remove every obstacle, paving the way for the connection to unfold as it is meant to. You might manifest everything in your life that you desire. This process often feels miraculous, leaving you in awe of how effortlessly things come together. Amazingly, even the cleaning of a window after rain gives that power up. What makes this clearing of obstacles so remarkable is the ease with which it happens. In many aspects of life, we are taught to push, strive, and fight to overcome challenges. But in a divinely guided connection, there is no need for struggle. The obstacles that once required immense effort simply dissolve on their own. This doesn't mean there won't be moments of action or decision-making, but even those feel guided and natural. If you find yourself in the right place, meeting the right people, and making the right choices without forcing anything. This effortless clearing of obstacles is a testament to the power of divine energy. It is a reminder that what is meant for you will not pass you by, no matter how impossible it may seem. The barriers that once loomed so large are revealed to be temporary illusions, unable to withstand the force of God's plan. It is a humbling and awe-inspiring experience to witness how life rearranges itself to bring you closer to what is meant for you. Through this process, you also come to understand the value of surrender. When you stop resisting, stop trying to control every detail, and instead trust in the divine plan, you create space for miracles to unfold. The very act of letting go allows the obstacles to clear, as though the energy of surrender invites divine intervention. This is not a passive process, but an active choice to trust, to believe, and to remain open to the possibilities that lie ahead. As you look back on the journey, you will see how every obstacle served a purpose. The distance taught you patience, the timing taught you faith, and the misunderstandings taught you the value of clarity. Each challenge, in its own way, prepared you for the connection that was always meant to be. And when the obstacles finally cleared, you are left with a deep sense of gratitude, not only for the connection itself, but for the journey that brought you to it. The effortless clearing of obstacles is one of the clearest signs of a divinely guided connection. It is a reminder that no barrier is too great, no challenge too daunting when God's hand is at work. The path may not always be easy, but it will always be clear. And when you finally stand face to face with the person you are meant to be with, you will know, without a shadow of a doubt, that every obstacle was worth it, and every step was guided by divine love. When a connection is divinely orchestrated, one of the most beautiful signs is the perfect alignment of desires between the two individuals involved. This harmony is not something that is forced or manufactured. It flows naturally, as though the connection was always meant to be. Both people experience a mutual recognition, a deep, almost inexplicable understanding that their lives and aspirations are aligned. It is as though they have been walking parallel paths, and now those paths have converged at exactly the right moment. This alignment begins with the recognition of shared values and goals. In a world where people often struggle to find common ground in relationships, a divinely guided connection stands out because there is no need to compromise the core of who you are. Instead, you discover that your desires naturally complement one another. Whether it's a shared vision for the future, similar life priorities, or a mutual understanding of love and commitment, everything seems to fit effortlessly. It's not about one person bending or sacrificing to accommodate the other, but about two individuals walking side by side toward the same destination. This sense of alignment brings an unparalleled level of harmony to the connection. When desires match perfectly, there is no need for resistance or conflict. Conversations flow with ease. Decisions are made without unnecessary tension, and both individuals feel seen and understood. Seen and understood. End of poem. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain, read by Peter Tuck. This doesn't mean there will never be disagreements or differences in perspective. Those are natural in any relationship. But even those moments of difference are approached with mutual respect and a desire to grow together. The shared vision acts as a guiding light, ensuring that even when challenges arise, the bond remains strong. One of the most striking aspects of this harmony is the absence of force. In many relationships, people try to mold themselves into what they think the other person wants or needs. They might suppress their own desires, pretend to share interests they don't genuinely care about, or compromise on dreams that are important to them. But in a divinely guided connection, none of this is necessary. This is why aspiration is not fatal for people who consider that failing in their major goal is a victory in security. There is a sense of freedom to be fully yourself because you know that the other person accepts and values you for who you truly are. This mutual authenticity allows the connection to grow on a foundation of truth and trust. This alignment of desires also extends to how the two individuals envision the relationship itself. There is no need for one person to convince the other to take the connection seriously or to invest in it. Both people are on the same page, moving at the same pace, and committed to the same outcome. Whether it's building a life together, supporting each other's dreams, or simply growing in love and understanding, the vision is shared. This shared vision creates a sense of security and stability, allowing both individuals to feel confident in the direction of the relationship. This harmony is not confined to the big picture goals of the relationship. It is evident in the small, everyday moments as well. You'll notice that your desires align in simple but meaningful ways. How you like to spend your time, the kinds of experiences you want to share, and even the way you communicate and express love. These seemingly minor details add up to create a connection that feels natural and fulfilling. There is no constant push and pull, no battle to make things work. Instead, the relationship flows with ease, like two pieces of a puzzle coming together. This perfect alignment is not something that happens by accident. It is a reflection of divine guidance, a sign that the connection has been orchestrated with intention and care. It is as though God has designed both individuals to complement one another in every way, ensuring that their union will be one of harmony and growth. This realization brings with it a profound sense of gratitude and awe. End of poem. We begin to see how every experience in your life, every joy and every challenge, has prepared you for this moment, for this connection that feels so perfectly alive. Are you not on the way to total healing and realizing your immortal destiny? Are you not called to be a healer? The beauty of this alignment is that it also inspires personal growth. When you are with someone whose desires align so closely with your own, you feel encouraged to become the best version of yourself. Their support and understanding create an environment where you can thrive, and your love for them motivates you to grow in ways you never imagined. This growth is not one-sided, it is mutual. Just as it is possible for you to become a better human, both individuals inspire and uplift one another, creating a dynamic that is as enriching as it is harmonious. The perfect alignment of desires in a divinely guided connection is a testament to the power of divine timing and intention. It is a reminder that when something is meant for you, it will feel right in every sense of the word. There will be no need for struggle or compromise of your core self. Instead, you will find a partnership that brings out the best in you, supports your dreams, and aligns with your vision for the future. The best mastermind can keep you in the direction you wish to go. For your love of your own future, this kind of connection is rare and precious. And when it arrives, you will know, deep in your soul, that it is a gift from God. Startling, huh? When God intends for you to be with someone, He communicates in profound and often subtle ways, speaking directly to your soul through signs, intuition, and even dreams. It is as if the universe conspires to send you messages that confirm the connection is divinely ordained. These signs are not mere coincidences, but purposeful whispers from God, guiding you toward what is meant to be. They are gentle reminders that you are not walking this path alone, and they serve as beacons of clarity in moments of uncertainty. End of Book 4, Chapter 2 of Interlocking Metaphors. You may begin to notice repetitive symbols or patterns that seem to appear everywhere you look. Perhaps it's a particular number sequence, a song that keeps playing at significant moments, or a word or phrase that resonates deeply. These symbols act as divine breadcrumbs, leading you closer to the realization of the connection's importance. They often appear in moments when you are questioning or seeking clarity, providing reassurance that you are on the right path. And the beauty of these signs is that they feel deeply personal, as if they were crafted specifically for you. You may not understand their meaning immediately, but they stir something within you, a sense of recognition that cannot be ignored. Dreams are another powerful way God speaks to you about this union. In the quiet of the night, when your conscious mind is at rest, your soul becomes more attuned to divine communication. You may dream of the person in ways that feel vivid and meaningful, as if the dream is more than just a product of your imagination. These dreams may reveal aspects of the connection that you have yet to experience in waking life, serving as a glimpse into what is possible. So it is the dreams of these dreams, such as the closed bow, they leave you with a feeling of peace and certainty, as though your heart has been reminded of a truth it already knows. Intuition plays a significant role in this divine guidance. There is a quiet yet unwavering voice within you, a knowing that goes beyond logic or reason. This intuition may manifest as a feeling of peace whenever you think about the person, or an inexplicable pull toward them that you cannot ignore. It is not rooted in fear or desperation, but in a calm certainty that defies explanation. You might find yourself saying, "I just know," even when you cannot articulate why. This inner knowing is God's way of aligning your heart and spirit with the truth of the connection. Sometimes the signs come through external events or encounters. You might overhear a conversation that speaks directly to your situation, or come across a message in a book, a sermon, or even a random comment from a stranger that resonates deeply. These moments feel almost uncanny, as though they were orchestrated just for you. They arrive at exactly the right time, providing clarity or reassurance when you need it most. In these instances, it feels as though God is using the world around you as a canvas to deliver His message. Act 2. What's remarkable about these signs and intuitive nudges is that they often come with a sense of divine timing. They appear not when you demand them, but when you are ready to receive them. This requires a level of openness and trust, an ability to surrender your need for control and allow God to reveal His plan in His own way. When you do, you begin to notice the intricate ways in which everything aligns, pointing you toward the connection He has designed for you. It's important to note that these signs are not meant to create obsession or anxiety. They are gentle, reassuring, and uplifting. They don't demand that you chase or force anything to happen. Rather, they invite you to trust and allow the connection to unfold naturally. The signs of God's way of affirming what your soul already knows, giving you the courage to move forward with faith and confidence. Over time, you begin to see how all the signs, dreams, and intuitive insights fit together like pieces of a puzzle. They create a picture that becomes clearer with each passing day, confirming that this connection is not a random occurrence, but a part of God's divine plan for your life. This realization fills you with a sense of awe and gratitude. You understand that you are not navigating this journey alone. You are being guided by a higher power that knows what is best for you. In moments of doubt, these signs serve as anchors, reminding you to stay the course. They encourage you to trust in God's timing, even when the path ahead is unclear. They remind you that what is meant for you will not pass you by, and that every step, no matter how small, is part of a greater purpose. When God speaks through signs and intuition, it is His way of drawing you closer to the truth of your heart. He is whispering to your soul, guiding you toward a union that is rooted in love, purpose, and divine alignment. As you listen and trust, you will find that the connection unfolds in ways more beautiful than you could have ever imagined, leaving no doubt that it was meant to be. When a connection is divinely orchestrated, it goes beyond the surface level of companionship and romance. It becomes a transformative journey that impacts your soul. This kind of relationship doesn't just fill the heart, it awakens it. It serves as a catalyst for spiritual growth, healing, and a deeper connection with God. Such a bond is not merely about love in its human sense, but about a divine purpose that elevates both individuals in profound and lasting ways. A divinely guided relationship has a way of bringing to the surface all that needs healing within you. It acts as a mirror, reflecting your fears, insecurities, and unresolved wounds. At first, this might feel uncomfortable, even challenging, but it is through this process that you experience true growth. The connection invites you to confront these parts of yourself with love and compassion, not as flaws to be ashamed of, but as areas of your soul that are ready to be transformed. This kind of healing doesn't happen in isolation. It is deeply intertwined with your spiritual journey, drawing you closer to God as you surrender your burdens and allow His grace to guide you. Through this process, you begin to understand the deeper purpose of the relationship. It is not simply about fulfilling your desires or finding happiness in another person. It is about becoming more aligned with the person God created you to be. This connection teaches you how to love in a way that is selfless and unconditional, reflecting the divine love that God has for each of us. You start to see love not as something you take from another person, but as something you give freely, knowing that it is rooted in an infinite source. You are connected with nature, with the consciousness, and with yourself. This spiritual transformation is not one-sided. It impacts both individuals in the relationship. A divinely guided connection is marked by mutual growth. Each person becomes a source of inspiration and encouragement for the other, creating an environment where both can thrive. You uplift one another, not just emotionally but spiritually, reminding each other of your worth and purpose. This mutual elevation strengthens the bond, making it unshakable even in the face of life's challenges. One of the most profound aspects of this kind of connection is how it deepens your relationship with God. As you navigate the journey together, you become more attuned to His presence and guidance. You start to see how He is working through your relationship to reveal His love and wisdom. Prayer, faith, and spiritual practices become central to your bond, not out of obligation, but because they bring you closer to the divine purpose behind your union. The connection between God and your inner self, without betraying who you are, is the root of self-connection with the universe. You find yourself seeking God together, whether through shared prayers, moments of gratitude, or simply reflecting on the ways He has brought you to this point. Because He once made it legal, He made it witnessed. Because He once made it witnessed, He made it law. Because the transformation extends beyond the two of you, radiating outward to impact the world around you. A divinely guided connection has a ripple effect, inspiring others and creating a legacy of love and purpose. Together you become a living testament to what is possible when God is at the center of a relationship. Your love becomes a beacon of hope and a reminder to others that true connection is not about settling or striving, but about trusting in divine timing and alignment. This spiritual elevation also brings a sense of clarity and peace. You no longer question whether the connection is right or struggle to make it fit. Instead, you feel a deep sense of alignment, as if every aspect of your life is falling into place. The relationship doesn't distract you from your purpose, it enhances it. You find that your partner not only supports your dreams, but actively encourages you to pursue them, and you do the same for them. Together you create a life that is not only fulfilling, but deeply meaningful. Over time, this connection transforms the way you see yourself, your partner, and the world. It shifts your perspective from one of lack to one of abundance, reminding you that love is not about possession or control, but about freedom and grace. You realize that the relationship is not something you must strive to maintain. It is a gift that grows naturally when nurtured with faith, trust, and divine guidance. This realization brings a sense of joy and gratitude that permeates every aspect of your life. A divinely guided connection is not just about the relationship itself. It is about the spiritual awakening it inspires. It is about becoming more aligned with your true self, your purpose, and your Creator. It is a journey that brings healing, growth, and a deeper understanding of love. Not just the love you share with your partner, but the love that God has for all of us. This kind of relationship is rare and sacred, and when it comes into your life, it leaves no doubt that it was designed for you by a higher power. It is a reminder that God's plans are always greater than anything you could imagine, and His timing is always perfect. The sooner we understand this, the sooner we will be able to live life properly. In conclusion, when God intends for you to be with someone, everything aligns in divine perfection. The signs, the timing, the transformation, and the deep sense of peace all serve as unmistakable reminders of His hand at work. Such a connection is not just about love. It's about purpose, growth, and the fulfillment of His greater plan for your life. It brings healing, spiritual elevation, and a deeper relationship with Him, reminding you that what is meant for you will never miss you. Trust the journey, listen to the whispers of your soul, and let God guide the path forward. So now, thank you for taking the time to reflect on these truths. May your heart remain open to the divine guidance that leads you to what is truly meant for you. Blessings always.
Let me be blunt. Happiness isn't handed to you. It isn't a right, it's earned. The world doesn't owe you anything. And the sooner you embrace these 7 truths, the sooner you'll unlock the life you deserve. Stop blaming your parents, your boss, or your circumstances. The moment you hand over responsibility for your life, you lose control. No one else is driving this car but you. Take the wheel and steer it like your life depends on it, because it does. Life will hurt you, it's inevitable, but that pain is not your enemy. Pain is a teacher. Each setback, failure, and heartbreak is a lesson. Weak people avoid pain. Strong people use it to grow. Which one are you? Too many people crumble at the first sign of rejection. Here's the truth. Rejection isn't personal, it's redirection. When you're rejected, it's the universe saying, not this path, there's a better one. But you'll never see that better path if you're too busy crying over what didn't work out. Waiting for someone to rescue you is a waste of time. Stop looking for a hero and become one. The sooner you realize that no one is coming, the sooner you'll start saving yourself. Build your own success. Don't wait for someone else to hand it to you. You can make more money, but you can't make more time. If you spend your days scrolling, complaining, or procrastinating, you're literally burning your most valuable resource. Treat your time like gold. Spend it on things that matter. You see the world not as it is, but as you are. If you believe the world is unfair, you'll find proof everywhere. If you believe it's full of opportunity, you'll see that too. Change your thoughts, and you change your reality. Here's the final truths. A happy life isn't found in endless comfort. Growth happens when you're uncomfortable. If you're not pushing yourself, you're not living. Challenge yourself every day, because that's where happiness hides, in the pursuit of something greater. Stop lying to yourself. Stop waiting for things to magically change. Accept these truths and you'll take the first step toward a happy, fulfilled life. The choice is yours. Do you want comfort or do you want greatness? Choose wisely. The moment you wake up and realize that you are solely responsible for your life is the moment everything changes. It's not a comforting thought at first, but it's a liberating one. The truth is harsh. No one is going to hand you happiness, success, or fulfillment. Those things aren't gifts. They're rewards for the choices you make, the work you put in, and the discipline you maintain. If you're sitting around blaming others for your failures, you're wasting precious time and energy that could be spent building the life you claim to want. Excuses are easy and they feel good in the moment. They shield you from accountability, but they also rob you of power. Think about it. Every time you blame someone or something else for your situation, you're giving away control. You're saying, it's not my fault, and therefore it's not my problem to fix. But if it's not your problem to fix, then who's going to fix it? No one. That's the cold hard reality. The only person who has the power to change your life is you. Blaming your parents, your partner, your boss, or even the government won't change your bank account, your fitness, or your mental health. Those things are yours to manage, and the sooner you accept that, the sooner you can start making real progress. Success and happiness are not accidents. They're not things that just happen to people who are lucky. They are the byproducts of intentional decisions made consistently over time. If you're not happy with where you are right now, it's not because the universe is against you. It's not because someone else took what was supposed to be yours. It's because of the choices you've made up to this point. That's a tough pill to swallow, but it's also the most empowering realization you can have. Why? Because if your choices got you here, then your choices can get you out. Excuses are the enemy of progress. They're seductive because they let you off the hook. They whisper lies like, it's okay to stay where you are, it's not your fault. But deep down, you know that's not true. Excuses are the chains that keep you stuck in mediocrity. They lull you into complacency and convince you to settle for less than you're capable of achieving. Every time you make an excuse, you're choosing to stay the same. And if you stay the same, how can you expect your life to improve? Taking ownership of your life means acknowledging that you are in control of your destiny. It means understanding that every decision you make, no matter how small, contributes to the bigger picture. Are you choosing to hit snooze on your alarm or get up and tackle the day? Are you choosing to spend hours scrolling through social media or investing that time into learning something new? Are you choosing to complain about your circumstances or take action to change them? The answers to these questions reveal the kind of life you're building. But let's be clear. Taking ownership doesn't mean you won't face obstacles. Life will throw challenges your way. There will be setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. But even in those moments, you have a choice. You can let those challenges define you, or you can use them as fuel to push harder. Owning your life means refusing to be a victim of your circumstances. It means standing up after every fall and saying, this is mine to fix. This is mine to overcome. When you stop making excuses and start taking responsibility, something incredible happens. You gain control. You realize that you're not at the mercy of external forces. You become the architect of your life. Every step forward, every small victory becomes a testament to your strength and resilience. You stop waiting for permission to live the life you want and start creating it. Have grit. Taking ownership isn't just about work or success, it's about happiness too. Happiness isn't something you stumble upon, it's something you cultivate. It's the result of living in alignment with your values, pursuing your goals, and taking pride in your journey. When you own your life, you stop looking to others for validation or approval. You realize that your happiness is your responsibility, and no one else can give it to you. Excuses might feel comfortable, but they will never lead you to the life you desire. Ownership, on the other hand, is hard. It requires discipline, effort, and sometimes brutal honesty. But it's the only path to real freedom. When you accept that your life is your responsibility, you stop being a spectator and start being the main character. And when you do that, there's nothing you can't achieve. Pain is an inevitable part of life. It's not something anyone can escape, no matter how hard they try. Yet so many people spend their lives running from it, avoiding it at all costs, as though pain is the ultimate enemy. But the truth is, pain is not your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. It shapes you, molds you, and forces you to grow in ways comfort never could. Growth doesn't happen in the soft, easy places. It happens in the struggle, in the moments that test your limits and push you to the edge of what you think you can handle. Think about the times you've grown the most in your life. Were those moments easy? Probably not. Maybe it was a heartbreak, a failure, or a loss. Maybe it was a period of uncertainty when nothing seemed to go your way. But if you look back, you'll likely realize those were the times that shaped you into who you are today. Those were the times that forced you to dig deep, to find strength you didn't know you had, and to become better, smarter, and stronger. Pain, in all its forms, has a way of waking you up. It pulls you out of your comfort zone and forces you to confront parts of yourself you'd rather ignore. Avoiding pain might feel good in the short term, but it's a trap. When you run from discomfort, you're also running from growth. You're choosing to stay small, to avoid challenges, and to settle for less than you're capable of. Pain isn't there to break you, it's there to build you. It's a signal that something needs to change, that you're on the brink of something new and transformative. But to get there, you have to face it head on. But you have to be willing to sit with the discomfort, to feel it fully, and to learn from it. Pain is also a mirror. It reflects back the areas where you need to grow. If you're constantly experiencing the same struggles or finding yourself in the same situations, that's pain trying to teach you a lesson. Maybe it's teaching you about boundaries, about resilience, or about the importance of self-worth. Whatever the lesson is, ignoring it won't make it go away. The pain will keep coming back, often louder and more intense, until you finally pay attention. There's a reason why some of the greatest success stories are born out of struggle. Pain forces you to adapt. It strips away your illusions and makes you face reality. It teaches you humility and resilience. It pushes you to think differently, to innovate, and to find solutions. People who achieve great things don't do so because their lives were easy. They do so because they learn to embrace pain, to use it as fuel rather than letting it paralyze them. They understood that every setback is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to come back stronger. Growth through pain doesn't mean you have to enjoy it. Nobody enjoys failure or heartbreak, but you can respect it. You can recognize it as a necessary part of the process. Just as muscles grow by tearing and repairing themselves, your character grows through the trials you endure. Each time you face pain and overcome it, you become a little tougher, a little wiser, and a little more prepared for the next challenge. The people who avoid pain at all costs often end up stuck. They stay in jobs they hate because they're too afraid to risk failure by pursuing something better. They stay in toxic relationships because leaving feels too uncomfortable. They settle for mediocre lives because the thought of facing discomfort is scarier than the thought of staying stagnant. But the irony is, avoiding pain doesn't make it disappear. It only delays it, often turning it into something much worse over time. On the other hand, those who embrace pain as a teacher are the ones who truly thrive. They understand that every hardship carries a lesson, and every struggle is an opportunity to grow. They don't shy away from challenges, they seek them out. They know that the only way to become stronger is to face what's hard, to endure it, and to let it shape them into something greater. Pain also has a way of giving you perspective. It reminds you of what's truly important. It strips away the superficial and helps you focus on what really matters. When you face deep pain, the little things stop bothering you so much. You become more grateful, more grounded, and more resilient. So the next time pain enters your life, don't run from it. Don't numb it, ignore it, or pretend it doesn't exist. Face it, or feel it, learn from it. Ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? The answers might not come right away, but they will come. And when they do, you'll find that the pain wasn't there to destroy you, it was there to transform you. Rejection is something everyone faces at some point in life. It stings, it feels personal, and it can make you question your worth. But rejection isn't the end of the road. It's a signpost pointing you toward a different path, often one far better than the one you were on. While it's easy to view rejection as failure, it's more accurately a redirection, a force that pushes you out of your comfort zone and steers you towards something greater. The key is in how you respond to it. When you're rejected, it's natural to feel discouraged, but that doesn't mean you've lost. Rejection is not a statement about your value or potential, it's simply feedback. It's life's way of saying, this door isn't for you, but another one is waiting if you keep moving forward. Many times, the things you think you want aren't what you truly need, and rejection has a way of clearing space for something better. Think about the times you've been rejected, whether it was a job you didn't get, a relationship that didn't work out, or an opportunity that passed you by. At the moment, it felt like the world was against you, like you were missing out on what could have been the perfect fit. But with time, perspective often reveals that it wasn't meant for you. Perhaps that job would have limited your growth, that relationship would have drained your energy, or that opportunity would have locked you into a path that didn't align with your true potential. Rejection protects you from settling for less than you deserve. When rejection happens, it's easy to spiral into self-doubt, but that's the time to step back and reassess. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me, ask, what is this teaching me? Rejection often forces you to evaluate your goals, refine your approach, and improve your skills. It's not a roadblock, it's a checkpoint, a moment to pause and ensure you're heading in the right direction. Sometimes it's life telling you to aim higher, dream bigger, or try something different. One of the most powerful realizations you can have is that rejection isn't personal. It's not a reflection of your worth or abilities, it's simply a mismatch between you and that particular opportunity. Success stories are filled with rejection. Entrepreneurs, artists, and innovators alike have faced countless rejections before achieving greatness. Their secret wasn't avoiding rejection, it was using it as fuel to push forward. Every no brought them closer to the yes that changed everything. Rejection also builds resilience. It toughens you, teaching you how to handle setbacks and keep going. Without rejection, there's no growth. If everything came easily, you'd never develop the strength, persistence, and adaptability needed to achieve your full potential. Each rejection is a lesson in patience and perseverance. It teaches you to trust the process and believe in yourself, even when things don't go as planned. Some of the greatest opportunities in life come disguised as rejection. That closed door might lead you to a better one, but you won't see it unless you're willing to move forward. It's about perspective. You can view rejection as a dead end, or you can see it as a detour that's guiding you toward a destination you couldn't have reached otherwise. Life has a way of surprising you when you least expect it, but you have to stay open to the possibilities that come after rejection. Rejection also has a way of aligning you with your true purpose. Sometimes we pursue things because we think we should, because society, family, or peers have told us it's the right path. But rejection has a way of stripping away those expectations and forcing you to confront what you truly want. It redirects you toward paths that resonate with who you really are, not who you're trying to be for others. It's important to remember that rejection is temporary, but the lessons it teaches can last a lifetime. When you face rejection, it's okay to feel disappointed. Allow yourself to process those emotions, but don't let them define you. Use them as motivation to keep going. Each rejection is a step closer to something better, a chance to grow stronger and more aligned with your goals. The next time rejection comes your way, don't see it as a failure. See it as an opportunity to pivot, to refine, and to explore new possibilities. It's not the end of your journey, it's a redirection, a necessary part of the process that leads you to where you're truly meant to be. Keep moving forward and trust that every rejection is pushing you closer to something greater than you ever imagined. Life is a journey that is yours alone to navigate. While others may walk alongside you at times, the truth is no one is coming to save you. No one is going to swoop in, fix all your problems, or hand you the life you dream of. You are your own savior, and the sooner you embrace this reality, the sooner you can take control of your destiny. Waiting for someone else to step in and solve your challenges will only leave you stuck, frustrated, and disempowered. Many people fall into the trap of waiting for the perfect partner, the ideal mentor, or a stroke of luck that will magically transform their circumstances. They convince themselves that salvation lies outside of them, that someone or something will arrive to change their lives for the better, but this mindset is a prison. It keeps you passive, reliant on forces you can't control, and disconnected from your own power. The truth is, no one understands your dreams, your struggles, and your potential better than you do. Even the most well-intentioned people can't live your life for you. They can't fight your battles or make the decisions that shape your future. That responsibility rests solely on your shoulders. It's not always easy to accept, but it's liberating. Once you realize that you are in charge, you can stop waiting and start creating. Taking ownership of your life means recognizing that you are the architect of your reality. It's not about blaming others for where you are, it's about taking full accountability for where you're going. Yes, external circumstances can be challenging, and life isn't always fair. But focusing on what you can't control will only drain your energy. Instead, channel that energy into what you can control: your mindset, your actions, and your choices. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the weight of responsibility, but remember that this also means you have the power to change anything. You're not helpless, you're not at the mercy of others or the whims of fate. You have the ability to learn, grow, and adapt. Every step you take toward improving your life, no matter how small, brings you closer to where you want to be. This doesn't mean you have to do everything alone. Seeking support, advice, or collaboration is part of being resourceful. But there's a difference between seeking support and expecting someone else to carry you. When you rely on others to save you, you give away your power. You place your happiness and success in their hands, and that's a dangerous position to be in. People may help, but their help should complement your efforts, not replace them. Waiting for someone else to fix your life is not only unproductive, but also unfair to them and to yourself. It's unfair to expect others to shoulder your burdens, and it's unfair to deny yourself the strength and growth that come from solving your own problems. Challenges are opportunities in disguise. They test your resilience, teach you valuable lessons, and help you discover your inner strength. When you face them head on, you prove to yourself that you are capable. The world doesn't owe you anything. It's not cruel, it's just indifferent. Success, happiness, and fulfillment aren't handed out, they're earned. And the only way to earn them is to take action. Start where you are, with what you have, and do the best you can. It won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a step toward reclaiming your power and building the life you deserve. The idea that no one is coming to save you isn't meant to discourage you, it's meant to empower you. It's a call to action, a reminder that you are enough. You have everything you need within you to overcome obstacles, achieve your goals, and create a life that brings you joy. It's not about waiting for the right time, the right person, or the right circumstances. It's about deciding that you are ready right now to take control. So stop waiting. Stop hoping that someone else will do the hard work for you. Start taking responsibility for your life. Start making decisions that align with your values and goals. Start believing in your ability to rise above any challenge. Because the truth is, no one is coming to save you. And that's a good thing. It means you have the power to be your own hero, to shape your own destiny, and to create a life that's truly your own. Time is the most precious asset you possess. Unlike money or material possessions, time cannot be earned back once it's gone. Every second that passes is gone forever, making it the most finite and irreplaceable resource in your life. Yet many people treat it carelessly, wasting it on things that don't matter, and then wonder why they feel unfulfilled. Wasting time is far worse than wasting money, because while money can be replenished, time cannot. Understanding this is the foundation of a successful and meaningful life. When you waste time, you're not just losing moments, you're losing opportunities. Every minute spent mindlessly scrolling through social media, procrastinating, or engaging in activities that don't serve your purpose is a minute you could have spent building your dreams, nurturing your relationships, or improving yourself. Time is the currency of life, and how you choose to spend it determines the quality of your future. Those who understand this prioritize their goals and make conscious decisions about where their energy goes. One of the greatest challenges people face is the illusion that they have an unlimited amount of time. This mindset breeds complacency, leading to procrastination and a lack of urgency. The reality is that your time is limited. You don't know how much of it you have, which makes it all the more valuable. This isn't meant to instill fear, but to ignite a sense of purpose. When you truly grasp the finite nature of time, you start to see every moment as an opportunity to move closer to your goals and live a life of meaning. Prioritizing your goals is essential if you want to make the most of your time. Too often people spend their days reacting to distractions, demands, and the expectations of others. They get caught up in busyness, mistaking it for productivity, without stopping to ask if their actions align with their aspirations. To avoid this trap, you must be intentional about how you spend your time. Identify what truly matters to you and make those things a priority. Whether it's your career, health, relationships, or personal growth, ensure your daily actions reflect your long-term vision. Guarding your energy is just as important as managing your time. Time and energy are interconnected. How you spend your time affects your energy levels and vice versa. Engaging in activities that drain you emotionally, mentally, or physically leaves you with less capacity to focus on what matters. Surrounding yourself with toxic people, overcommitting, or constantly saying yes to things you don't care about are surefire ways to waste both time and energy. Learn to set boundaries and protect your focus. It's not selfish, it's necessary. To make the most of your time, adopt habits and systems that help you stay organized and on track. Plan your days with intention. Start each morning by identifying your top priorities and tackling them first. Limit distractions by turning off notifications, setting specific work hours, and creating an environment that supports focus. Small changes like these can have a profound impact on your productivity and overall sense of accomplishment. Equally important is learning to say no. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your goals, you're saying no to something that does. Recognize the power of your no. It's not a rejection of others, but a commitment to yourself. By saying no to what doesn't matter, you create space for what truly does. But prioritizing time doesn't mean filling every moment with tasks and productivity. It's also about finding balance and ensuring you spend your time in ways that nourish your soul. Rest, relaxation, and time with loved ones are just as important as work. Time well spent isn't just about achieving goals, it's also about enjoying the journey and creating memories that bring joy and fulfillment. How you spend your time reflects your values. If you say your goals are important but spend hours doing things that don't contribute to them, there's a disconnect. Align your actions with your intentions, and you'll find that your days feel more meaningful and purposeful. Time is a gift, but it's also a responsibility. It's yours to manage, and no one else can do it for you. Treat it with respect and intention, because the way you spend your time shapes your life. Don't wait for tomorrow to start prioritizing what matters. Start today. Make every moment count, because once it's gone forever. When you value your time, you value your life. And that's the key to achieving your fullest potential.